Welcome back to the Circle of Kings podcast, your home for combat sports, where we're all about scrapping and rapping. Welcome back to the Circle of Kings. And you know how we get down, man, scrapping and rapping. We're an international show, and of course we are, but international starts right here in the 2-6 for me, for Big Face. It always has, and it always will. And it's my pleasure to bring to y'all what I see as a bright star in the future of the MMA combat sports, period, right out the 2-6. We're happy to bring to the show undefeated amateur making his pro debut this weekend, Darrius Nyquil Jackson, baby. And the Nyquil is because he'll put your ass to sleep.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
It's going great, man. We're happy to have you on the show, brother.
Oh, yeah. Happy to be here, bro.
So, man, I mean, we're going to dive right into it, man. First of all, you know, I've followed you for a long time since you was a youngster because I'm aware of your family and the history. Let's talk about first, let's get it out the way. This weekend, right?
Yeah.
Friday night, you about to beat somebody's ass. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, man. Been a long time coming, man. Been waiting on this for a while. A lot of work went into this. Had a pull out about 2 weeks ago. Guy had the whole camp. Says he's hurt. We will just focus on what we can control. New guy stepped to the plate, so new opponent, same mission. We're gonna go in there and get the job done Friday.
So let me ask you this now. I know the dude pulled out, sounded like he was scared, a little scary shit happening. But I want to say this. What do you know about? Is it Zug or Zog? What do you know about your opponent? You know anything about him?
Man, he's been around the game for a little while, man. Watched me and my coach got a good little game plan for him. We know his strengths and weaknesses. I don't want to put too much out there yet, but
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely feel pretty confident that we can get the job done this weekend, man.
Well, man, I'm gonna tell you. So let's talk about your wrestling background, man. I mean, bring us along here. You know, I'm aware that you've been wrestling for a long time. How did that start? How did that progress? Take us through like your wrestling upbringing, man.
Well, man, from young age, my dad wrestled, and my uncle, Josh
Shout out,
Thompson,
shout out, yeah, shout out to Josh, my man.
yeah,
50
man,
grand.
yeah, and those two guys, Josh and my dad, man, had a big part of me stepping on the mat from a young age, and just kind of installing the mentality I needed to become a wrestler and athlete. So big shout out to them. But yeah, man, I started around like 5, 4. Uh, I didn't really reach my full potential till I got older. Got around the right crowd and pushed myself to different limits, man. I started competing. I'm very transparent, upfront, and honest. My freshman
Hell
year in
yeah.
high school, didn't really do great. Had a losing record. Got back to the drawing board. Don't really try to make excuses for myself. I was wrestling 182 pounds. I could have told myself, hey, you guys are bigger. You're young. Well, I met a guy named Mikey Vernigallo, who's now my best friend. His dad had a wrestling club, Wolf Den Wrestling Club, downtown Fayetteville, and man, those were some killers.
Oh yeah.
Mike Vernigallo, his dad, Cal Narborough, who helps train me in jiu-jitsu now. Charles Daniels, Heath Wilson, a lot of guys intertwined into that club, man, and we went there banged. Well, nothing pretty, but we got the work done, and then it took me to college, and now making my professional debut in fighting. So I give a lot of thanks to those guys.
Well, absolutely. You have a fantastic supporting cast behind you in the entire city. Plus, you're from the East Side, man, and the East Side is known for breeding some tough individuals. You know, talk about the East Side a little bit.
Hey, man, you know, um,
Watch out
definitely
now.
up, man. I can't, you know, I'm so grateful for it, man. It's a different kind of environment. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody's your cousin somehow. But man, we're rough and rowdy. We're raised a different kind of way. But I wouldn't be half the man I am without it. Wasn't sheltered. I seen how the world was right off the rip. So jumped off the porch young. So we seen how it got down real early. Molded me into the man I am today. Got beat up a couple times here and there. Beat a couple kids up. Just how to make you tough when you get older, man.
Well, I mean, we all got to take our ass whippings in life. That's how you show and you grow from that. But that's a Ville specialty. That's some Fayetteville Vietnam 2-6, whatever you want to call it, specialty. Iron sharpens
Yeah.
iron. I also know that your Uncle Josh was a fantastic athlete and a decorator wrestler too. So, and your amateur career. So let's talk about this. You were blowing cats out, and so for all my audience that may not know this, amateur MMA is just pro MMA, but you ain't getting paid. You ain't in there with no
Yeah.
headgear. You in there fighting just like MMA. And let me tell you, Darrius, 4-0, 5-0. Am I right? 5-0 or is it 4-0?
No, yeah, it was 4-0.
4-0 and Blue Cats out. So, I mean, what's your favorite? Don't want to give away too much for the fight this weekend in Dillon, which, hey, by the way, P, my man P, who's always, y'all never see P off the camera running everything, making all this shit happen. We're going to be in the building on Friday night to see this happen. And by the way, you can get them tickets down there. Is it the Dillon Wellness Center, right? At
Yeah.
$40 gets you in the door. Hey, $600 gets you a table and it seats 6, so 100 a piece, and you get a full buffet. I mean, you getting they cooking country food down there. So you get a full buffet, and 6 of your homies get maybe some teeth knocked on you, maybe some spit and blood on your ass.
Yeah.
But I do want to get back on track really quick. I want to say I was impressed. I watched your amateur career. I was impressed. I think you're gonna blow right through this dude. So what I really want to do is we definitely getting some content down there, and I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna get the knockout on film. I guarantee it. I mean, I guarantee you're gonna blast him. You're gonna blast him. He ain't ready for that.
Yeah, for sure, man, for
So
sure.
let
I'm
me ask
excited.
let me ask you this question. Let me ask you a little question that a lot of people probably wonder about. Leading up to the fight, like this is your first pro debut. You've had these fights before. Of course, you wrestled before. What's the feelings going into the fight this week, and what's your preparation like?
Man, like I said, man, I just try to dial into what I can control, so, the back outs and all the naysayers and even, all the compliments can go to your head. So I try to kind of have tunnel vision with all that and remain focused on the goal. This isn't something I just started yesterday or just jumped off the couch and wanted to do. This has been a dream of mine since a kid, man. So we've been at this for a long time. I take it very serious. I cut out distractions, no partying, none of that. It's strictly business, man. And everybody sees the glory of MMA, and the backside of it. It's ugly, it's dirty, it's in the gym, it's dedication, it's missing, all your boys going out. You got to stay in, it's you know, watching UFC on the weekends, trying to learn everything you can from the guys that have made it. So yeah, man.
So
I'm go ahead, go ahead.
no, I'm gonna cut you off, but I do want to ask you this now. So we're huge fans of bare knuckle here at the Circle of Kings, BKFC being major, like the major what we love. We're at live events and we have a very special relationship with them. Do you see? So are you more? What type of fighter do you see? Are you more of a striker, or are you more comfortable on the ground, or do you like standing up? What are you more comfortable doing?
Man, my roots are always wrestling, and I always will be wrestling. I've dabbled in jujitsu, Muay Thai, and boxing. Hey man, as long as the check's right, I'll do anything. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it in my future. I train with, I stop in with my boy Doug Coltrane. Just fought for a world title last weekend.
Oh
So
yeah, there you go. Yeah, we were there live in the building, so that's great. That's
yeah,
fantastic. Doug from
stud
Joco.
man.
Shout out to Doug Coltrane. Shout
Shout
out
out,
to
man.
Redneck. Shout out to Redneck Mundell. He's on the show next week with Circle of Kings, the middleweight champ. We had to go up against tough fighter. And hey, it's not the end for my man Coltrane either. I mean, he's a promising fighter, very very skilled fighter.
Yeah, man. He's a stud and he's very knowledgeable, man. He's a great guy. Yeah.
I will say this: it does being involved in a lot of the behind the scenes BKFC things. Um, it seems like a fighter driven sport and it's super exciting. It's all the things that people love to see people bang. But I do understand that, with a strong wrestling background, that's not going to bode well for my man Voog. He's probably not trying to be suplexed and chicken wing and
Yeah.
slammed into the ground by a young dude, by the way, who has and that's, don't want to overstate this. You have a strong family background, a great relationship at home, good woman behind you. You got all the things we look for in a successful, and the whole city, 2-6, by the way, home of J. Cole, home of Afion Crockett, home of Dennis L.A. White, home of Michael Williams Jr., who's on this show with you this tonight, the welterweight NBA champion of the world, home of a bunch of just superstars, J. Cole, It goes on and on, bomb shelter. And you're just going to add to that list we feel. You about to take us to the top, Nyquil.
Yeah, yeah, that's the goal, brother. That's the goal, man. It's a pleasure just being mentioned with those names, man. Definitely, Fayetteville's got a lot of talent in it. You know, a lot of people look over it and try to write it off as rough and bad, but a lot of beauty in the struggle, man.
Well, man, hey, I wouldn't listen. Big Face was born in Boston, but moved here when he was 3 years old. Been here since the late '70s, and definitely had my run. I'll say the city. This is like no other. So it's definitely an international city. You had the bus stop with Puerto Rican dudes from the Bronx, dudes from the East Side. You know, but we've been putting up with that all our life. That whole I'm from here, I'm from there. Fayetteville definitely puts you in a chokehold where we don't care where you're from. You in Fayetteville,
Oh,
so
oh
that
yeah,
that we will know worldwide.
for sure, for sure.
So, I mean, back to that. Let's talk about no fear wrestling. Bring me up. What is no fear wrestling?
Oh, fear this wrestling.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yep. My bad. Fear this
So,
wrestling. Thank you for the.
Fear this wrestling. It's a wrestling club based out of Cape Fear High School. Um, man, we tried the business side of things, you know, trying to me and my uncle Josh that we spoke earlier, tried Outlaws, Buffalo Valley. Um, it kind of got too political. You know, it kind of broke away from what we were doing it for. So me and him decided, you know, hey, let's go back home. You know, well, really, I decided. I said, hey, I need you to help me. So he comes in, helps me. He's got a son, Bladen Thompson, phenomenal wrestler, on his way to do more than all of us did. But you know, we need a
Oh
place
yeah,
for him to
I know.
in
I
it.
know. I watched
Yeah,
that kid too. He's about to. Hey, he might be world champ someday, somewhere.
yeah, man. Hope so, man. But now we got a room full of kids, man. We've been going for about 2 weeks now. Already jam packed in there, banging. I just got back from practice tonight. So
So no matter, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Big Face will tell you this. No matter what you do, out there in the world of MMA, which we hope you rise all the way to the top of everything, anything you dream to do, the things you do that are important in this city, especially for the kids, man, they can't take that away from you. Those are things, man. I mean, you're helping the next generation. It's always good work, and it always comes back.
yeah, man. My football coach in high school, Cape Fear High School, Jacob Thomas.
Shout out,
He
Coach
was
Thomas.
on. Shout out to Coach Thomas, man. He was big on trying to make us better men for after football, you know. And he used to preach a quote to us: "Leave it better than you found it," you know. And that really, you know, sat home with me. So even if you know my plans are to make this thing big, but even if for some reason it doesn't happen for me, maybe I, you know, mold the mind of a kid who you know never knew positivity at home, you know, and hey, he might be a star one day if I can just change one mind at a time. You know, that I've done my purpose here. You know.
Well, absolutely. And so the whole city behind you, the 2-6. I mean, you go. We're sure that you're gonna dog walk Mr. Vogue. Is it? P? Did you look it up? Did you Google? Was it Vogue or Vogue?
Zog.
Vogue. Oh, Zog. Hey, kneel before Zog, motherfucker. No, ain't nobody kneeling before no Zog. I mean, I'm just
Nah,
telling you right now.
nobody's
We
doing this
got not
weekend.
Nyquil. He definitely filling the cup up, that little plastic cup, all the way to the rim to take that P. It's
Yeah,
gonna
for
be
sure.
NyQuil, 2 doses, and you're going to sleep, man. So I mean, just a shout out to everybody in your life. You did a great job tonight, man. Of course, thank you for being on the show, D. We're
Hmm.
looking forward to it. We hope to be following your career. We'll be following it very closely in the future here at the Circle of Kings because you are MMA fighter from the Ville. I mean, we ain't had
Yes,
one. You
sir.
got us one. You
Hmm.
nobody can fuck with you, and we with you, bro.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, brother. Hey man, it's been a pleasure, brother.
All right. So once again, tell them where it's at. Tell them what's going down. Let them know anybody's sponsoring you. I know I've seen you running some, ads on your Facebook and your socials. Talk to us. Let us know.
All right, man. Hey, Dillon, South Carolina, Friday, November 10th. Your main event, my professional debut. Uh, man, fights start at 7. Doors open at 6. Uh, I'm gonna put on a show, guys. I don't want to leak. I don't want to leak too much out there, but I promise. I promise, it's gonna be worth it to come out there. You buy the tickets, tell them, hey, I'm for my boy Darrius, you know, and man, I like I said, man, I promise I'm gonna put on a show out there for you guys. And as far as sponsorship goes, man, I got my boys Canadip. They're awesome, bro.
Nice.
CBD products. Neutral Zone, my first sponsor ever. They're a company as well. They have muscle rub wipes, all you can do. They were the first people to ever sponsor me before I even had a fight. Um,
Nice.
All American Auto, buy your trucks out there, man. That's where you need to go. We the best construction, man. Fayetteville and surrounding areas, they gonna get you right. Oakwood Homes, you need a double wide, single wide, modular home. Come see us. It's where I work. Um, and yeah, man, that's about it. If I forgot you, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, no, I want to shout out a couple people, man. I just can't
Yeah,
end
do
it
your
on that,
thing.
man. Just a
Do
couple
it, man.
people. Uh, First and foremost, I'm a godly man. I want to thank God for everything I do. For everything He does for me. Apologize. Um, Second of all, my fiance, man, she's dealing with a lot of health issues, post COVID and stuff. She's been awesome this whole time. Support her. MMA scares the shit out of her, but she's been supportive the whole time. My friends, family, all y'all, man, they're awesome. You guys, Circle Kings, man, Jay Haas, my boy Matt, uh, David Lamright, all you guys helped get me into the sport, man. I can't be grateful enough, man. So thank all you guys. And if I miss your name, I'm sorry. So many names, so many people had a hand in this, but shout out to everybody had a hand in this, man.
Well, man, hey, Darrius, we appreciate you being on the show, and we'll, of course, bring you on in the future. We'll see you live Friday night down in Dillon. I mean, we're going to be loud and proud and on some type shit because that's what we
Let's
do
do
here at
it,
the
baby.
Circle of
Let's
Kings.
do it.
So
Let's
big
do
ups,
it, man.
man. Thanks,
All
Darrius,
right,
man.
baby.
We'll see you down the road, man. Hey, holla back.
All right, and baby. All right, boys.
So there you had the Circle of Kings, man. Fayetteville's own Darrius Nyquil Jackson, undefeated amateur MMA, and going to his pro debut this weekend, November 10th, Friday, while we going live here tonight in Dillon. So once again, man, you here. We scrapping and rapping. We giving you the best of both worlds, man. What goes better together than knocking your teeth out to some good old fashioned 2-6 hip hop? Circle of Kings, man. That's what we do. Welcome back to the Circle of Kings podcast, your home for scrapping and rapping and all things combat sports. Live from the 2-6 Vietnam and the Triple P studios, here's your host, Big Face. Welcome back to the goddamn Circle of Kings podcast, live with Big Face. So you just heard from a man, Darrius Nyquil Jackson, and you saw that clip of how he slept dude in the first round of his MMA debut, man. I'm gonna tell you, big ups from the city to Darrius Nyquil Jackson, man. Undefeated as an amateur, now undefeated as a professional. And from the 2-6, we got somebody from the city we can get behind. And right now, man, I got a special surprise for y'all, man. Straight from the BKFC Prospect Series, man. My man right here, we linked up on the gram, and we are very impressed with anybody who has the balls to step in there and go bare knuckle. So he is definitely a young prospect in the Prospect Series. We want to keep our eyes on. My man, Murk. Bring on in young Murk Marquez.
What's up, my man? Circle of Kings, bro. What's up, brother?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Good man, good man. Enjoying the holidays, man. Enjoying the well, not really holidays for us, man. We stay in training, you know what I'm saying, all year round. So you know,
Yeah, they never a holiday for you cats, man. You hard as a rock. So, man, first of all, we appreciate you taking time to be on the show, man. We want to talk to you about a few things happening in bare knuckle. But first of all, I want to talk about your fight with Drew Nolan, man, on the prospect series. A great fight for you to initially get in there and get your feet wet. It was a doctor stoppage, if I'm not correct, man. Is that what we're talking about there?
yeah, it was a doctor stoppage, man. I had no like what call whatsoever. He just saw the cut and it was an automatic stoppage. So yeah, that sucks, man.
Well, I mean, cuts are something that you definitely got to deal with in bare knuckle. You coming from your boxing background, what was that like? Your first experience in the bare knuckle in the squared circle?
Man, a lot of people want to separate the bare knuckle from boxing, but this is boxing without gloves, man. Yeah, you can't hold your hands up too high, and there's certain things you got to adapt that it's not. It's more aggressive. You have to be a more aggressively fighting. It's not just standing around and playing. That's what I did, and then I gave Drew too much time, and he threw his fingers and cut me with his finger on my eyebrow. So that's what happened. I came out and I boxed. You know what I'm saying? So this bare knuckle thing is more aggressive, but it's boxing. People need to understand it's not just all overhand. It's jabs, cross, hooks, check hooks, bob and weave, head movement, footwork, all of that good stuff.
Absolutely. Like what my experience, and man, I've been immersed in it for like the last couple years, man. I've always been a combat sports fan, but bare knuckle, it's just something special to me. The excitement, the speed, and the skill, the feints are so important, and the hand movement, pushing people's hands out the way, using the flat hand, throwing a punch with a flat hand and closing it the last thing. So I mean, there's a lot of technique. It's all technique, and that's what I love about it, man, and the speed of the game.
The speed is what you
So the
can't
pressure,
you can't
yeah,
train. The speed of it is where you got to get used to it fast. You know what I'm saying? Once you're in there and you're going 100 million miles an hour, you got to get used to it real fast. But it's I love it, man. It's a beautiful sport. It's a growing sport too, man. It's incredible how fast this sport is growing. They're gonna have about double the shows now next year, so it's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah. Once again, shout out to BKFC, shout out to Nelson Lopez Jr. and David and the whole crew over there. Let's talk about that a little bit. They do offer a wide variety. So, with the app, you're getting the pay-per-views, but you're also getting what you're involved in, which is called the Prospect Series, where they go around the world, literally. I mean, all over America, Bulgaria, South Africa, Thailand, and they're looking for prospects. I mean, they're looking for guys that have the skill and the will to get in there and do this. Like you said, barehanded boxing is basically, bare knuckle boxing is what we want to emphasize, right? And man, you're able to do that. Are you looking forward to another fight? I mean, what do you think your future is with BKFC?
Well, yeah, I'm just waiting for well, first of all, what BKC is doing with David Feldman, with Nelson, Serge, with the whole staff, man, Joshua. I mean, they really are taking this global. You know what I'm saying? This is going global, and they're hitting the right spots, man, the right market, man. They're doing a beautiful thing, man, and I'm proud to be part of their organization. To give me a platform, a voice, to give my story because I have a huge story to give out to, and I a huge shout out to them, man. Um, on the fights, I can truly say now I signed a 4 fight contract with BKFC. They still have to announce it on their page, and it's not officially yet, but it's official. I can say to my part. And hopefully we're aiming and we're training and we're fighting on February 2nd at the Hard Rock.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Announcement right here on Circle of Kings, exclusive. You just heard it. It's Murk season. It's Murking time.
Mark approved,
Murk has
baby.
signed a 4 fight deal, man, and I'm excited about that because even you learn a lot in these fights, win or lose, and you can tell that this ain't a fight. This ain't a league you're gonna be undefeated in, man. I just don't think very exclusively you're not gonna be undefeated. Any man
You're
can
gonna
lose any
have
night.
you're gonna have your spurts of win streaks. You know what I
That's right.
mean?
That's right. Yep.
But you gotta learn and be humble in victory and be humble in defeat, man, because you can't win all of them, man. And a lot of these guys, they talk a lot, man, and then they fought five guys and they think they're world champions, man. No, man, it takes years, it takes a lot of dedication, man. It takes a lot of fights, man, and you gotta get tested. You need to be tested. You can't just fight just trash can. You need to be tested to the maximum, and then you can start yip yapping, you know.
Well, I'm also saying, I mean, you're set up pretty well. I mean, you're in the middleweight division and you're really long. So I mean, your length, I think your style of fighting is going to work. Now that you went in there, you felt the pressure, you felt the change of scenery there. You're going to come in your next fight, man. I watch out for the Murk, man, right now.
Well, to be honest with you guys, man, I cut down all the way down to 182 pounds. I was supposed to be fighting a 185, and I was at
Oh, wow.
182.2. So I felt like I can go down. Yeah, I will be fighting the 185 division, but I do feel like I can go fight at the 175 division as well, very easily.
Well,
Um,
that's something that Nelson definitely give you opportunity to do at BKFC because there's multiple, you like the Juggernaut. He's holding two weight class titles right now.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't
Murk.
hear that. I didn't hear that.
Oh, I said you got the Juggernaut who holds two division titles and weights. So I could, it's definitely fighting in both ways. If you can do it, I mean that's advantageous to you, gives you better opportunities for fights. For a
Yeah, of
fight
course.
deal, man, that's dope.
Yeah, man. You just give you opportunity to get stay more active, in the game. And if you have this opportunity to fight at two divisions and three divisions, even better. But I think right now, my age and in my weight, because I did come from 355 pounds, man. You probably don't even know the story, but it's a story for probably for another day. But I come from 355 pounds, so for me to be
Oh
190
wow, man.
pounds right
Nah, that's a
now,
story for the day. That's
yeah.
a story for the day.
Okay, all right, let's get into it. But yeah,
Yeah,
man,
what's
I
up?
was
Yeah.
355 pounds, man. I was obese, man. Obese.
How many years ago was that?
I'm going on my fourth year of on this journey. So I could say 2020 was the beginning of a long road ahead of me.
Well, no doubt, man. Well, you made tremendous gains, man. Congratulations from the show to you for that, for sure.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys, man. It was a lot of hard work, man.
So,
I, I had the BKFC guys come and interview me as well, and and I had said it. It took me years of isolation, man. I had to isolate myself, man, and take me away from human interaction. I had to separate my family, separate from myself from my wife, separate myself from my
oh
kids,
wow.
man, and really be in a hellhole because I was already in a hellhole. I had to put myself in a darker, deeper hellhole for me to get out that hellhole. And now all I can do is help people around me and give positive energy and just give love and appreciation to people, man. You know?
Well, amazing way to channel that, man, to turn that into a fighting spirit and then to go into fights and fighting. I mean, what a crazy transformation your life has taken in the last 3 years. Would you ever imagine you'd be here doing this right now?
Oh man, that's a good one, man. I sometimes I sit around in my house and I ask myself that question, and everything that I did throughout these years got me ready for this particular moment, for this particular spot in my life. Even though everything is new to us in the future, but everything got me ready. All the running that I did in the years got me ready. All that weightlifting that I did got me ready. All that training that I did got me ready. So everything that I focused on, even though I really wasn't, I didn't think, oh, I'm gonna be a bare knuckle fighter 3 years ago. I never even thought about that. Yeah, I will see you guys. I will see, the highlights and I'm a combat. I fought MMA 11 years ago, and so I've always been, a fighter. I've been training since I was 18 years old. I'm 0-2 in MMA. I've been knocked out twice in MMA. So and that's how I gained the weight. Um, but yeah, man. I forgot my favorite thought.
Now you were telling us that, you know what I'm saying, maybe the early losses in your career led to the weight gain.
Oh yeah. It definitely led to the weight gain, man. And I didn't see myself. I had to lose the weight for my health wise because they told me, yo, you either get diabetes and die, or get a stroke or a heart attack, and die or you lose the weight. So the health wise was my priority. I didn't think I was gonna be fighting again. I thought my career was over. I really thought that my fighting days were done. Because everybody's like, oh, you're old. You're old age. I feel well preserved. I'm like a Bernard Hopkins. Where Bernard Hopkins preserved himself for over 10 years and he came back fresh. Fresh bones, fresh brain, fresh knuckles. That's how I feel right now. I feel reserved and preserved.
Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, bare knuckle is definitely a sport for that. I mean, you look at a fighter like Chris Lytle. He's a legend, 13-0 boxer, UFC career, then came into bare knuckle at 43, looking like a Greek god, went 3-0 in bare knuckle. So, I mean, it's the fighting spirit. And I will say this, man, no better or tougher regimen that you could go through than a fighter's regimen. So now you've mastered cut weight, how to control your weight, and going through a journey like that changes your mind, see, psychologically. I once also tipped the scales about 300 pounds, bro, and I walk around about 200 all the time now. So I understand the mentality that goes into that type of change. And but to get back on subject, yeah, man, the age really doesn't matter as much in bare knuckle. You're not taking as much punishment, and if you're going in there with a plan and skill, you can put somebody away pretty quickly.
And that's what I love about BKFC, man. That's what I love about the chance that they're giving to the to life. They're giving people an extra second chance of life, of coming back and making a name for themselves. They're actually giving people a purpose, because there's people that are living with no purpose, and that's sad, man. And here comes BKFC, man, and they're giving you the opportunity. Hey, train your ass off, and you'll get the opportunity to fight. So people need to wake up, and people need to train their asses off. And if they something they want to do or challenge themselves or get accomplished, do it. You know what I'm saying? Get it done. You know.
Well, well, speaking on BKFC, shout out to my big brother Josh over at BKFC. Shout out to the whole crew. But
I
yeah,
love
man, you
Josh,
got an
man.
amazing roster. And he's happy that I got you on the show too. I talked to him about it as soon as we talked about it. Um, Looking at it this way, BKFC has a great model. They have an amazing roster of fighters. They're putting, I mean, what, 25 to 30 shows, and they're talking about doubling those shows next year. Nobody can touch the output of the amount of shows they're putting out. Not only their main cards, but their prospect series, their trial series, their overseas series. And I'm really looking forward to this uh, December 6th fight. Was it December 2nd? December 2nd, I
Oh
believe,
yeah, the second.
in Utah, which is just gonna be amazing. That you got the Alvarez, you got Platinum Perry. I mean, just the whole card is crazy, crazy.
That's a stacked
It's gonna
card,
be a
man.
great
I,
card.
I I wish I could be out there, man. That's gonna be a good one. You got my boy Howard Davis gonna fight for the title. He's gonna probably bring that belt back.
Hey,
He's gonna bring that belt back to Florida. And he's gonna beat that. But it's gonna be a crazy card, and I'm excited for BKFC, man. They got big things popping, and
well,
you
Murk,
know, there's no organization like them. There really isn't. And give them 3 years, man. They're gonna be up there with UFC. And the reason why is because people are tired of people want to see more action, more and more cuts. They want to see more blood, more modern gladiator types of fights. And this provides a perfect platform. The lighting, the cameras, the stage, everything that BKFC does, it just shines. Everything they touch turns into gold. And man,
the
like I
production,
said, it
the
gives people a
production is
second
top
chance in life.
notch over there.
Huh?
I said
It
the
just
production is definitely top notch over there.
it's just giving the people a second chance of life. And that's what I love, man. I love hearing stories of comebacks, and it just makes my story even
So
harder,
you mentioned, I want to hold you up for a second, Merk. You mentioned HD Davis, man. Shout out to him. Actually got him on the show tonight. We had a great interview with HD, man. We're looking forward to that fight. I do personally feel HD is going to come away with the win too. This is a tough fight. He's got a very tough opponent, but that's a huge fight on this card.
Yeah, it definitely is the fight of his life. He definitely is trained. I can say that he's well trained mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's the most important thing. He's spiritually trained for this fight, and he's definitely gonna come back with the win. I'm excited for Howard, and he deserves this, man. He really deserves this. Um, 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 like for real, people don't even know a lot of the things, but on a personal level, man, he deserves this, and he's gonna keep that belt for a long time. I'm telling you that right now. Once he gets that hold of that belt, ain't nobody taking that belt from him.
Well, he's had a hell of a run with BKFC so far, and we're looking forward to that, man. So, so you said earlier, you alluded earlier that you signed a 4-fight contract, man. Congratulations for that. I want to just touch on that one more time. And you said you may fight. When do you think might be the earliest we might see the Murk in action again?
Man, like I said, right now I'm in fight camp. I'm in fight camp right now. I'm training. Like if I'm on the fight card February 2nd. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting for them to call
Okay,
me.
there
Hey,
you go.
you ready? Yeah, I'm training like as if I'm fighting February 2nd. So my mind is full throttle for February 2nd. You know, I'm letting
And
them
where's
know
that
too as
venue? You
well.
said that's at the Hard Rock.
Yeah, February 2nd, the Hard Rock.
Well, that's exciting, man. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
what, that's
I'm
exciting.
excited
We
too,
love
man.
the
I'm excited
BKFC.
too. I'm excited too, man. Like I said, I'm still waiting for BKC to announce my signing on their BKC show with Brian Socia. So I'm waiting for that to announce it so I can post that up.
Shout out to Brian, man. I've met him. I met him at a couple shows. Great guy, great show. Definitely a friend of the show too. Shout out to B.
Yeah, good man, good guy.
So, Murk, just to I want to say first of all, man, for me, for Paul, for everybody here at the show, man, we really appreciate you. And now that you've been on, you're a friend of the show. So, I got to ask you, have you been rocking with the 3000 Flute album?
I haven't heard it yet. I really haven't because I'm always on the go, man. But I have heard little samples of it, and supposedly he made that song to heal people. The frequency of the album is to heal people because he said he made music that hurt people for too long, and that I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it.
Well, I mean, just get in the elevator and press 10. You'll probably rock that shit to the top of the. Hang on, I got
Hey,
you right here.
I'm a big believer. I listen to a lot of podcasts and Andrew
New single
Huberman.
by Big Face.
I'm a big believer in frequencies and vibrational stuff. I'm very in tune with that, even hearing 3 minutes of that can lower your anxiety and your depression by 65%. Mentally, and people need to focus
Well,
on that, man.
all jokes aside, man, I've read lots of articles that says the 3000 is a genius album because of the placements. It can be placed in movies, it can be placed in commercials. There's thousands of placements. And whenever you're doing something that you love, it's something you love, then do it. I mean, I can't fault the man for doing something that he loves, but we were just talking about frequencies and vibrations as we rolled over here this evening. So we definitely in tune with that here on the Circle of Kings. But the vibrations we talking about is these good vibrations right here. And we are looking forward
Hey,
to seeing you in action in the future, Murk, man. First of all, thank you for taking the time out to be with us. You gave us some great information. Hey, man, congratulations on signing the 4-fight contract. I'll be tuning in to Brian to make sure. I can't wait to see that.
yeah, yeah.
Big
I,
ups to
I'm
you, man, on what you've done in your life to turn your life around. You know, amazing story, man. Amazing story, Murk.
Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys a lot, man. I wish I can just say my story of 10 years all in a span of 50 minutes, but I can't, it's a lot, man. My story will be in a book. I will write my story down. It's a story for the ages, man. It's one hell of a comeback story, man. It's a true determination story and a comeback story, man, for real. Like it's literally blood, sweat, and tears.
And it's a story that is not finished being written. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, it's not yet. Not done yet, man. Not done yet. I don't even know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
All right, man. We'll be following your career here at Circle Kings, man. Murk, thank you very much, man. We will definitely holler. We'll get you on the show in the future, especially once they announce that fight. When you get ready for the fight, we definitely want to have you on again.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys again, man. Thank you guys. Keep doing what you guys doing. We need people like you, man, that help us fighters, man. Give out our voices, man. So I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, man, for getting me on. I was excited, man. For me, this is the dream come true. Everything to me, this is a bonus, man. And I'm thankful.
Definitely, man. We agree here at Circle of Kings, man. Everything's a blessing, and it's a blessing to have you, man. We would definitely holler. Peace, man, and keep your training up, baby.
Hey, Murk certified, Murk prove, baby. It's Murk season. Hey.
Murk season. Nice. There you have it, man. BKFC prospect, Murk telling us, man, Marquez, man, just to tell you what a story he's taking his life through, and he signed a 4-fight deal with BKFC. Man, we're gonna keep it moving here. We're gonna take a break, man, to pay some bills, and we're gonna move on with the Circle of Kings, where we all about scrapping and rapping.
Tropical drink.
Me and my team, whenever we link up, they gonna be drink up. We still gonna relax and have few glasses when there's things to think about. Like I'm nice with the boss when I tend to the bars and I'm not talking drink ups. So tell the bartender that's tending the bar to please pass me a big cup up. And tell that waitress is waiting on us to put a little ice in it. Now watch the ice become weightless like the spaceships that I be sitting in. No wait and listen, no they're waiting for that tropical twist. That'll tickle your taste buds. Now taste some. Yo, I insist it's the drizzle.
Welcome back to the Circle of Kings podcast, your home for combat sports, where we're all about scrapping and rapping. Here, live, straight from the 2-6 Vietnam and the Triple P studios, here's your host, Big Face. All right, welcome back to the Circle of Kings podcast, man. Yo, shout out to young Murk, Markus Suarez, man. Dope interview about a young bare knuckle fighter, man. And what better, interview to talk about the redemption of life, man. Dude making the comeback story. Who don't love a comeback story? All right, so we'll be sure to keep our eye on that upcoming young Murk. It's Murking season, as he said. But we got a surprise for you right now. We got a special guest coming on, one of the most entertaining heavyweights in the BKFC. He has a huge announcement to make tonight on the Circle of Kings. My man, Zach, the Shark Attack, Calmus.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? Thank you for having me on the show, the Circle of Kings podcast. This is an incredible looking show here. Almost as incredible as my wife's Christmas decorations, but not quite as good. So I got a big fight. At the casino in Miami. It's gonna be the Friday night. I'm fighting Emilio Sarto.
You're fighting Emiliano Sordi, He-Man.
Emiliano Sorti, the He-Man from Argentina, the Argentina He-Man. He comes straight forward, bringing big power. And I think that the crowd is in for a really great show. I think that they're definitely going to get their money's worth. So I want all of Miami to come out and buy tickets and just come out for this incredible showing of athletic, loaded. I'm trying to say athletic, so I'm trying to say athletic, loaded ferociousness. Basically, you're going to see a dog fight. That man a dog. I'm a dog. It's just a matter of who's going to bite first, and I'm hungry. So I know I put in a lot of work for this fight, because I took the fight on 48 hours notice, but I did that very confidently, as I've been kind of just going through different promoters online in a very friendly way. I've been just trying to get work, trying to just get fights in my off time right now.
Oh, well, no doubt. And so that's December 1st, Friday night in Miami. Emiliano He-Man Sordi, 24-12 MMA record, legendary MMA fighter, a great run during PFL. But so that's a good fight for you. So y'all fighting with the gloves, and we know that you want to know, as a professional boxer, your first time out, first round knockout. So how are you expecting this fight to go? Definitely two fighters that like to come straight forward.
I'm not a fighter that predict a fight before I'm in the ring with that fighter, because anything could happen. I could see something upon seeing him that maybe I didn't see before. Boxing, I've realized in my life through watching it and doing it, it's chess. It's a chess game. Yeah, it could be checkers too, but if you're gonna play checkers, you better have you better get them out of there when you think you are. Not everybody's Mike Tyson. although everybody
That's
tries
right.
to be. You understand? It's a great way, great
That's right.
person to look up to. It's a great way to want to be. But I think that what sets me apart in every fight, I fight every fighter differently. I don't fight two fighters the same. I'll never do that. And I never ever really can tell you exactly what I'm going to do before I'm doing it because I react to my opponents. I don't just go in there and say, I'm going to jab, 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 and then I'm going to throw my power right as hard as I'm not. This is not my first day on the job. I didn't I didn't forget my hammer when I packed my toolbox.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt, no doubt. So, and boxing is right up your alley, Shark. I mean, you were the number 8 ranked heavyweight amateur boxer. You boxed for 9 years as an
I was
amateur.
13. 13.
Oh, okay, 13,
Yeah, I was
13.
13, and amateurs was very competitive at the highest level of USA boxing. I went to nationals 4 times.
Nice. Gold
Yeah,
glove, New England Gold Glove winner, right? Or you? Am I wrong?
Central Division, New England Golden Gloves winner. I beat Alex Falcon in 2017. Open
So,
class.
and for a minute, I want to talk about the last fight. On BKFC 39, where you beat Michael Fournier, or is it
Yes,
Fournier or
sir.
Fournier? Yeah.
Oh, it's Michael Fournier. He's a nice French guy. Fournier is a French name.
Fournier, yes. And you
Yes,
stopped him in the
sir.
second round. Very
Got
exciting
him.
fight, by the way. Yeah, got him.
I got him. I had to do it.
So,
I had to do it.
so you haven't, you're not signed to have, you right, currently you have not signed on to do any BKFC fights, but this
Current.
Utah,
Oh, uh,
hang on, this,
I think.
hang on. This
Uh,
Utah card. Let's talk about this Utah card, Shark.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So we got a power pack Utah card, Mike Platinum P. Perry versus Alvarez, the two legends. Then you got Rothwell on the card. I hear maybe some murmurings. Then you got a couple other champions. You got HD Davis versus Kai Stewart for championship, which is a huge fight. Christine, I mean, what do you think about the card?
Card's great. Card's phenomenal. My hats off to Nate Shook. He did a great job as he always does. I
Shouts out to Nelson Lopez Jr., the whole crew over
Nelson,
there.
the whole
Wow,
crew. It's
David.
a it's a
Yeah.
seamless, flawless. Every card is dynamite. I just wish I was on it like every other fighter in America. Come on now. When
This one
BKFC
right here.
calls, we fight. You know what I mean? When
This
BKFC
this one right
calls, we fight.
this one right here on the second in Salt Lake City is going to be, I think, the biggest fight card of the year for them for sure. It looks
Yeah, well,
amazing.
I was petitioning to try and get on that for a little while. It was really looking like I was going to be on that in a big possibly against um Todd Duffy because I was offered that fight before and I had wanted it very badly, but his manager's a really good guy. He said to me that Zach, you just fought Torres in your eye. Like I just got off medical, the eye was still tender. He's like, that's not going to be good for a fight with Duffy, and he's right. So he actually didn't even want to line me up there to get torn open again. So, maybe that could happen in the future. You know what I mean? That could
Oh
happen
no,
in the future.
yeah, I would definitely be looking for that to happen. So tomorrow night, Friday night, and 2 nights from now, when you face Evan Sorty, I mean, I expect that to be a pretty power packed fight right there.
Oh, absolutely. Um, I've been training. I've been in the gym. I train at Grealish Boxing Gym in Dorchester with Martin Grealish as my coach. This is a change that I made 3 years ago when I went pro, and he runs an excellent stable of fighters. We got world champions there. We got tough, hungry fighters who go in there to win. We fight to win. And my coach is 76 years old or so, and dude, we are dogs in my gym. I'll tell you something. It's not a cardio boxing gym. My gym is on Freeport Street in Dorchester. It's it's a really good gym. It's a real gym. You know what I mean? Blood on the walls. You know what I mean? Type of not like that, but like that. Like we're gonna fight there. You know what I mean? I was
So,
sparring just last week. I hit the guy so hard. I told him, I said, hey, in this gym, we take a knee. Like we don't just say we need a break. Nah, we take a knee in this gym. And I've been there. I've been there. It's just that real serious gym in Boston, Mr. Grealish and Martin Grealish and Grealish Boxing Gym has changed my life. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, man. Combat sports, they can change your life for sure. Hey, I want to ask you something because as your fight status is growing, so is your little celebrity status has been growing as well. Like I saw you at the fight. Hang on, I saw you at the fights, and the fans love you. And then I saw you on the internet. So what's up with you and Blueface? You out here hanging out with Blueface now?
Oh yeah,
Man,
that's my guy, man. He pulled over the PJ. He said, "Shark, what you want?"
hey,
No,
my
I'm
man
kidding.
had to
I'm kidding.
brag.
I'm kidding. No, I'm capping. I'm capping. That's bullshit. Now I met Blueface at his influencer fight. I met him at the Harley Davidson dealership, and real recognizes real. See, he's a genius. Blueface is a genius. I recognize his intelligence, and that's what I'm a big fan of. You know what I mean?
So,
Like,
but you did see where he made the private jet pull over so he could get
yeah,
a burger in
yeah,
Atlanta.
and
We
he
flying
spent
by
10.
Atlanta.
He spent 10 grand, but he made about 30. That's the thing that nobody understands. He made so much money off of that maneuver, and that was genius.
Well, I mean, first of all, I don't care how he spends his money. It's his money. It don't matter to me
His money, man.
personally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's his money. But so that's dope. I mean, well, how do you think about that? Bare knuckle is the fastest growing combat sport in the world, and to be a part of that, it's growing every month it seems, and
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
y'all getting that little celebrity status.
Yeah. I'm really looking for, like, I has not fought in Boston yet. And this is where it
Oh
started. This is
wow.
where John Sullivan is from. So it is not legalized here yet. I haven't fought in Boston, and when that happens, you know what I mean. I won't be able to go outside even. But right now, it's sometimes people talk so much to me that it's hard to even get a workout in. It's hard to even get a few reps at the gym. So I gotta like switch up locations or go in at like a different time because there's so many people that just want to like talk to me about what's going on and when's the next fight, how's the training. They want to know everything. You know what I mean? Like people want to ask me all kinds of questions, and I'm very excited about that because I remember a time in my life that I prayed for that attention. I wanted to be so good that people come up to me and say, "When's the next fight, man?" But that didn't used to happen. It used to not happen, like because I wasn't working that hard. I wasn't committed the way that I am now. I've committed my whole life, and um, now I deserve everything that I'm getting. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, it is definitely your time to shine as far as the fights go. And mentioned in New England, Boston, we from the 2-6 down here, Fayetteville, North Carolina, but I'm originally from Brockton, Massachusetts. So,
Brockton, baby.
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brothers up there, up in Boston. I definitely got some family up there, and it is a great fight town for sure.
Brockton Blockbuster, Rocky Marciano.
The Brockton Blockbuster, baby, and Marvin Hagler. I mean, let's
I
not
got
forget,
I got friends
you know what
over
I'm saying? Marvelous Marvin.
1986 world champion, 1984 Marvelous Marvin Hagler world champion, 1986.
A lot of great fighters out of New England. So,
Yeah.
what do you? Let me ask you this question: what you think about Platinum P versus Alvarez? Who you got there? Who you
I
got in
got
that fight?
uh, I got opinions on that fight. You know what I mean? That I got my man Mike Perry. I'm riding with Mike Perry. You know what I mean? That's not to discredit Alvarez in any type of way. Um, they're both dogs. I think that they both deserve the respect, the publicity, and everything that's coming their way. You know what I mean? That's what God wants. That's so God's riding with those men into battle. Now they're going into battle to fight each other, but at the end of the day, they're fighting to make their lives better. So I think that they both know that, and they're both gonna leave no stone unturned in training camp. It's gonna be one of the most exciting fights that anybody's ever seen.
It will be one of the most exciting fights in combat sports this year. And you're right, it's hard to pick against Platinum P when his style is so built for bare knuckle. I mean, Alvarez definitely great fighter, and has had some experience as well. But Platinum P seems to be really owning it right now. It's hard to pick against him, man. It's hard. It's hard to pick
I
against him.
think I think it could be anybody's fight though. You know what I mean? It only takes one hard shot.
Yeah, he got a
I,
granite chin. He got a chin. He got a hell of a chin.
I've had 12 rounds in my last 3 fights. So people say that it only takes one. It only takes one, but that's just like a cop out because they don't know what to say. The truth is that if you got a fucking chin, like me or Mike Perry, it takes more than one. It takes more than one, motherfucker. Like you're not gonna just walk in there and you know what I'm saying? I got a chin
How
like a
many?
whole.
How many? A
Okay,
one, a two, a three?
it
I understand.
might take 140. You see the punch counts on them fights that me and Mike Perry
Yeah.
have? Like I'm not
Wow.
talking shit. I'm the Mike Perry of the heavyweight division. Really? Look at my fights. Look at my fights. 12 rounds in 3 fights. I dog wars, like straight up dog fights, just going the whole time. I mean, my shit was runner up to
I've
Mike
seen it.
Perry.
I've seen it.
Fight of the year runner up. So I already know, you know what I mean? I'm a heavyweight. So we're talking about just a lot of meat flying around, baby. A
That's
lot of weight.
very
I'm a
active
lot.
for heavyweights.
I'm a
Very
lot
active.
heavier than I. Well, bare knuckle allows it though. Bare knuckle allows you to be more active as a bigger guy. So I think that a lot of the heavyweights are fighting all wrong. They're coming in there and they're trying to load up and try and throw a bomb. All right, like now I've been trained to slip punches for a long time. I'm trying to land punches in bunches. Let's have a fight. Let's have a fight.
Absolutely. So there's another fight on that card I'm really interested in, and that's HD Davis
Yeah,
versus Kai Stewart, man. That's going to be a great fight, man.
yeah, hefty bag. All respect to the champ. I just don't think he can hang with uh with HD
HD, right?
stuff.
I have to say
Yes.
that too, man. I have to say HD, man. I think he's coming with because he's like a phenom, man. I mean, it's gonna be
Yeah.
tough.
I mean, Shaq's riding with him. I'm riding with Shaq. So
Yeah, Shaq's riding with him.
I think he's gonna win for sure. You know, I think
So
he'll be champ.
so you think there's truth to that rumor that Shaq made a phone call, got HD a championship fight?
No, I don't think that. I think he earned a championship fight. I don't think anybody has sway over Mr. Feldman. I think Mr. Feldman does what he wants.
Oh yeah, I
He's the
absolutely admit
boss.
that. He definitely earned the shot. Nobody can question
Yeah.
that he earned the
No,
shot.
I don't think
And he,
anybody swayed him into the position. I think he earned it, and I think management recognizes. You know what I mean? Like,
I think
it
it
is
man,
what it is.
it doesn't hurt to have Shaquille O'Neal as a big fan of yours. I'm gonna tell you that.
Absolutely. I mean, I got Pedro Martinez, a big fan of mine.
Hey, that's my guy right there. I
You know,
love Pedro.
I was coming back from that last fight in South Carolina. I was at, and I was running to meet my wife. She was picking me up at Logan, and I come banging around the corner, and Pedro is on the electric walkway with his wife, and they're going to the Dominican Republic to fight for those players that are, you know, getting involved with gang violence over there, that are feeding the major leagues over here. So we got to keep those players safe if we want to have a good farm system. So he was going over there to go oversee that. And I come around the corner, and I'm jogging. Because I know the police, they make you move along. So I'm jogging out. Pedro did a full 360, and he's looking at me in my eyes. I turn, I'm looking. I'm like, yo, Pedro. I'm like, what's up, champ? I'm like, could I get a picture? He's like, yeah, yeah. So, like, the way he was looking at me was he knew who I was. So I said, you know who I am? He's like, yeah, BKFC. He knew exactly who I was.
Hey,
He see me fight. We got a dope picture. Um,
that's awesome.
he walked like 10 paces, and I like, damn, you had Pedro there. You didn't give him a business card. I was really proud of these business cards that I have. So
I
like
got one. I
I was
got
like,
one.
Pedro. I was like, man, I gotta give you a business card. So I ran back over there. And this might bite me in the ass, but his wife's like, come on, we're gonna miss our plane. She was pissed. She's like, we gotta go. I was like, oh man, I'm sorry. But he just chuckled and took the card. But it was one of the best memories of my life, man, because you know, I grew up watching Pedro.
Absolutely, man. Legend. I mean, come on, man. Pedro Martinez.
And
Dope.
he was a
So
big fan. He was a big fan of BKFC.
so what you think about
Yeah.
the champ Christine versus Beck Rawlins? Who you got
Yeah.
there?
You know, I got him riding with Ferreira. You don't she's a champ for a reason. You don't bet against the champs. You don't bet against the champs, especially when they've defended time and time again. Don't they at least fuck our opinion? Don't they at least deserve our respect?
She is a monster. I think she's going to handle Beck. I know a lot of people think Beck's going to pull this fight off, but I don't see it happening. I think she's too strong, to be honest with you. I don't see her losing. Absolutely,
Ferreira,
I'm with you on that.
Ferreira, She's not doing it to look cute or to look fun
Nah,
or
nah, at all.
to make
Uh-uh.
little fucking sexy videos. Let me tell you something. She's coming for blood. She
Yep.
fights. She fights for
She kind
real.
of scary. She a scary chick, bro.
No, she's really, really cool. I really
I'm talking
like
about
her.
in the ring, in the
Oh
ring,
yeah,
in the ring,
yeah.
in the
Oh
ring.
yeah, of course. That's what she's
She's a
supposed to
scary
be.
chick.
She's supposed to be, but she's a role model to young women and men and just people all over the world could look up to Ferreira. She's a real champ. She's really nice, really good person, and the world certainly needs good people right now, especially needs more good people. Oh,
Absolutely. Well, the BKFC is full of some dope characters, man. You included. It's just a lineup of great fighters, and it seems like a fighter-friendly league, a very fighter-friendly league,
and
man.
look how young I am, man. I got like 15 years left in this. I'm 31 years old. I'm not old. I'm just old looking because I have played football, hockey, lacrosse, and I boxed for like 14 years, and I still do all those things. So it's like, I'm still a dog. That's it. I'm still living a young man's life. Like, ain't nothing changed for me, but me got bigger and stronger. That's it. Only thing that happened is I eat more.
Absolutely. So once again, I don't want to get too far away from this. You got to fight December 1st now. You are
Yeah,
boxing
yeah.
Emiliano He-Man Sordi, the Argentinian MMA heavyweight. So where we at again with that? Where exactly is that video? You said the casino in Miami?
Yeah, it's on my Facebook.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the name of it right now. It's a Native American casino
Okay. Yeah,
in
I know where you at.
Miami. It's
I
the one
know
that
where you at.
they're doing the influencers the next week. You know what I mean? So
That's right. I'll be down there 8th and 9th. I'll be down there 8th and 9th with Josh. Yeah, the influencer 8th and 9th. That's right.
yeah, I thought I was on that card at first. That's the one I thought they were trying to. So I was confused of what was going on. So then I was like, oh, this Emilio, this guy's a beast. I'm like, oh, this is much better. 'Cause I'd much rather
Absolutely.
do it. You know what I mean? I'd much rather have a real fight. Like I
Oh,
don't
that's
want.
yeah. So
I,
this is a boxing fight. Let's be clear. You got the gloves on in this fight. So
that doesn't
and you
mean
got
anything. That doesn't mean shit. All that means is that they can hit me harder and I can hit them harder. Gloves on, 10-ounce gloves. You can feel the knuckles right through them, and you can throw everything into a glove, and you can really kill guys with gloves on, like a lot
well, the
easier.
difference is you're gonna it protects your hands. Gloves are made to protect your hands, and we understand that.
Yeah.
So and you may not get cut as easily because bare knuckle, you're probably getting cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, but it's just a thud is so can be so heavy with boxing. So it's not something to take light. Like you look at bare knuckle statistics, one guy has died, one Thornton, and he was there's stuff going on with his health pre-existing, I
Been
believe.
many men have
But
died boxing. You're right.
since then, since then, 30 plus probably, maybe more. We're talking 30 a year. 90 guys have died in boxing since that one death in bare knuckle. So bare knuckle is just statistically safer. It's held up. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Well, yeah, we
Um,
talked to Chris Lytle about that, and that we definitely agree. Bare knuckle is safer on the fighter. You're not taking as much
yeah.
punishment. Yeah.
Look at this poor guy. Look at his eye, man. Look at his eye. Look at his eye.
Yes,
Holy shit. And those
and a
guys are
super.
like lightweights back in 91,
But
San Antonio, Texas.
but yeah, once again, it's just a proof in boxing. They're taking 300, 400 shots a fight.
Uh,
You know what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
mean,
That's a lot of shots.
maybe not in a 4 rounder, maybe in a 10, you know what I mean, in
Yeah,
a
yeah,
six
not
or
in a
an eight,
four rounder,
eight,
of
eight,
course
10
not. Yeah.
rounder. But I'm trying to move up. Like I'm really trying to move up. I got a friend that's Deontay Wilder's sparring partner down there in Florida. Um, my sparring partner is 48 years old. He was James Toney's sparring partner when he was knocking everybody out and their mother. So that's my sparring partner. It's the real deal. He's got the green belt, WBC, and we my gym, my coach is the real deal. He's coached for over 30 years. So we got the one of the best
Oh yeah.
gyms
Well, I
around.
mean, yeah. You say you like a Mickey up there. You say he's
I got
76
like
years old.
a
Is that how old you say?
yeah.
Mick.
He's been coaching since he was in his 20s, and he's been coaching that long. So came over from Ireland and he coached here, and he's just so great. It looks out for me, and I definitely want to bring this win home. You know what I mean? Um, people right now on the holidays up in Boston, being from Brockton, they get some type of way. It's just the cold and the dark weather. It makes people depressed. So I want to give them something to be excited about.
And the Pats suck this year, so there's that too.
Yeah, it doesn't help. That definitely doesn't help. My father-in-law watches every game. He watches
they live and
every
die by
game.
it. They live and die by it up there. We still got the Celtics. They'll be all right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if our Pats suck. We still watch them.
No doubt, no doubt. So I definitely want to thank you for coming, man. Zach, first of all, man, the Shark, man, you're one of my favorite fighters. You definitely an entertaining fighter to watch fight. And we wish you all the luck December 1st and at the Native American Casino there in Miami. Emiliano He-Man Sorty, man, versus Zach Shark Attack Calmus, which is an amazing fight. Just to say that out loud, that's dope. And
it'd be a great fight, and I'm flying out tomorrow morning, and my bags are packed, and I've been watching boxing all day. I've been studying my opponent, and I'm approaching this with a realistic mindset, in the sense that I'm here to fight. I'm here to do what I do best, and to fight and be just professional in every form of fashion of the weight, in every aspect of that.
No doubt, man. Well, we'll keep our tabs on you here at the Circle of Kings. You're always welcome back here. Shark, man, thanks a lot for coming through, brother.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Watch my fight on Friday, guys. Miami, baby.
Absolutely.
Hang out with me after. About to make it rain after. About to make it rain. Do some dances. All right.
We'll be watching, Shark, for sure.
All right.
We'll be watching.
I'm going to click off here.
There you had it. There you had it, my man. Zach Shark Attack Calmus, man, BKFC heavyweight. Just give you a little insight onto the thought process. Taking the fight 48 hours, man. He's Emiliano Sorty, man. That's a huge name in MMA. Once again, man, Circle of Kings. Thank you very much, Shark, man. We appreciate you. And we'll be back with more from the Circle of Kings. Next up, we got my man HD Davis, who we've been talking about to face Kai Stewart Saturday night, Utah, Salt Lake City. Stay tuned for that right here on the Circle of Kings.
Unanimous decision.
And you can see right from the first punch, Zach Calmus is going to come, get in your face, throw hard punches the entire time. He said he's really putting the focus right. He learned from his first few fights. You cannot just get hit the entire time. You can't trade. You got to work on defense. He's mixing that in well with his offense, throwing hard punches the entire time. But look, a showman the entire time, wanting to be out here, wanting to entertain the masses right here, but he just loves.
Welcome back to the Circle of Kings podcast, your home for scrapping and rapping and all things combat sports. Live from the 2-6 Vietnam and the Triple P studios, here's your host, Big Face. All right, so we just had a great conversation with Darrius Jackson, as you saw. Now, we had talked with Nyquil Jackson before his MMA debut in Dillon, South Carolina, which he used to shut the man down in the first round, as you saw there on the clip with the rear naked choke. So, of course, we're looking for big things from Darrius Nyquil Jackson going forward out of our area, man. Big ups to you, man. I appreciate you giving the time to the Circle of Kings. And right now, we got something special for y'all, man. You know, the Circle of Kings, we bring y'all nothing but that scrapping and rapping, man. And to keep that moving, I got a young man right here that is a rising star in the bare knuckle game, 6-1-1, blazing through his weight class, and has an upcoming showdown for the featherweight championship of the world on December 2nd in Utah. Man, welcome to the Circle of Kings, a close friend of the show, Howard HD Davis.
What's up, guys? Appreciate you guys having me.
Hey, man, appreciate you taking some time to talk to us, man. I know you're up there training hard for the fight. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
So, HD, man, while I got you here, I want to start off by, we're going to get into this upcoming battle, man, which we are highly anticipating. That Utah card is amazing, man. You being a part of it, especially. I want to talk to you about like I noticed you started out as a boxer, and what made you transition to bare knuckle boxing?
Yeah, I started out boxing in the amateurs. I started late, around like 22, 23, but I always had the love for boxing. But I come from a single parent household, and my mom couldn't always do everything she wanted to do with working and doing things she had to do. So I couldn't always do all the sports I wanted to do. So it backtracked me a lot. But anything I wanted to do, I had to do it myself. So I went and played football. She put me in Little League for a little bit, and then I went to high school and found a way to make that work. And even though I was bad in high school, I fought a lot, so it kind of derailed my football career. Boxing was always there afterwards. So I met a coach, went to a gym called Band Camp in Florida. It's very known in Broward County, and that's where I started. I met a lot of my boxing friends, longtime friends that I'm still, cool with right now. And my actual coach is one of those boxers. So it came full circle, just staying the path, believing in God, and believing that my purpose is to fight, because I've always had that dog in me to fight, whether it's on the street, whether it's, in school, grown men getting jumped, all type of stuff. Man, I've been through it all. And I always let my hands do the talking. And right now they're doing the talking, and it's led me all the way to, a championship title fight.
Well, it's definitely a specific talent and mindset it takes to live that type of lifestyle, that fighter lifestyle that you've chosen to live. Especially, it's an entirely different mindset to jump in there with the bare knuckle, and you can attest to that, blazing through the ranks, man. Let's talk a little about that. Okay, so we've been keeping our ears open, and we understand that Mr. Stewart has a lot to say about that upcoming fight, and he seems to think that his opponents outclass yours, but I don't see that. How do you think about that?
Hey, one thing about it, throughout life, I've met a lot of people that talk. They love to talk. I love to fight. I'm going to give results. He's going to talk. He's going to compare. He's watching my social media. All I'm doing, I'm working like a dog, man. So everything that he can say about our opponents, everybody can know and can see that I've had the harder opposition. He fight my opposition, he wouldn't be undefeated. I fight his opposition, somebody's going to the hospital. So that's just the facts of it. People are delusional sometimes. They want to give themselves self confidence, I guess, and I can't fault him. He's a champ for a reason. Even though he feel like Florida fighters get to handpick their fights, but I fought several of my fights hurt. I've fought fights after having a half a year layoff and came back and fought a dude who just came off a win. And I still go out there. I don't turn down no contracts. I don't make no excuses. Everything I state is facts. My only loss is a loss to a cut. And if you want to go back to that fight and look at the stats, I was out throwing this dude, putting more pressure on him, and outlanded him. So I wasn't losing the fight. So got one round of action after coming out that.
Well, let's talk about that fight with Louis. Let's talk about that fight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. HG.
Yeah. So now I was coming out that 6-month hand.
Yeah, let's talk about the fight. Let's start the fight with Louis. I'm sorry.
You want to talk about it right now?
Go ahead. Yeah, sure. I mean, you brought up the fight with Louis.
Yeah.
I tend to agree with you. You start from a cut, and you look pretty good in the fight. I mean, you look good in every fight you've been in. And Louis is the number one ranked featherweight in the division. So,
yeah. Mind you,
that was a
to be honest,
to a lot. A cut. I mean, you can't.
Yeah. To be honest, that was actually my worst performance. That and my first performance against Rusty Crowder. I was very emotional, going through a lot. Stuff was real hard. I took the fight because obviously wasn't making no money throughout the whole time of me being injured. 6 months, no pay. All I do is fight. Only got one hand, can't get no work. And I was in a bad state. I got kids. I got stuff where I do. Even if you get hurt, even when you die, your bills don't stop. So just like all us boxers and fighters, like people think that we got it all figured out, like we all getting $1 million each fight. Like that's not what it is, And I went in the fight very emotional, and it's nothing that Louis did. He's been talking trash for a lot of months before that, and I wanted to shut him up, but I went in there with the wrong mindset. I wanted to knock him out first round, so I was very aggressive, running into punches, felt his power. I didn't care about it, and eventually, it cut me, and that's my fault, And kudos to him though. He had his weird striking and how he threw his punches, and obviously I wasn't used to it. But the next time we fight, all that. The little fake, if you go look on the box record, you see I got a KO or TKO, whatever, Dr. Stoppage. Everybody know it wasn't a real TKO. Yeah, everybody know it wasn't a real TKO, but I'm going to show him what a real knockout is, and I can't wait till that day happens because I get to shut him up finally, and it's gonna be bad for him. Like even after the fight, if you go look at the soundbite right now, you can see just like he knew it was a gift from God, and he's just like, bro, you hit like a heavyweight, mind you. I wasn't even hitting him my hardest because I was kind of subconsciously like scared of hurting my hand again, and I didn't know that until after the fight, and I started seeing how I was throwing my punches on the bag, and in sparring, I was kind of like hesitating with certain things. So I was, like I said, I was a little off. You know, that was my first professional layoff. It was half a year. I didn't, know that it would be like that, but it's different now. I went through my trials and tribulations. God put me through that for a reason, because right after that, you guys see how I've been putting my foot knee deep in everybody's ass. It's been belt to ass with everybody, and it's going to continue to be that. It's going to continue to be that. I'm only going to get better, and I'm not arrogant and cocky. I'm telling you like what I feel in my heart, my soul, because I know what I do. I know how hard I work. I know what me winning in life and walking in my purpose that God has laid out for me is going to do for my family and my kids. So nothing is going to stop me. I don't care what name they throw out there, who they throw out there. They can throw Conor McGregor out there. He got to run that shit. I don't care, bro.
Well, definitely. I mean, hand injuries are definitely a pitfall of any kind of combat sport, but especially bare knuckle boxing.
Especially,
the technique is different, and so yeah, I mean everything. But and the training probably has, man, with that injury, probably strengthened you in other areas.
Yeah, it's little stuff here and there, but I've been taking it all on the chin, man. Learning how to adapt and not always rely on my right hand as the finisher and certain things like that. I recently had a knockout by jab. So I want to do different things and incorporate more of my style and work other punches to finish somebody rather than always having to be the right hand that has to be the exclamation point of the fight.
So HD, I've read that during this training camp leading up, you've been training with Mike Perry, who's also headlining that with that King of Violence championship. How's it been working with Mike Perry?
Man, Platinum P, man, he's just a different guy, bro. That guy, how he dish it out, he can take it just as well, man. That's one dude that just doesn't give a fuck. Like you think you're gonna outman you think you're gonna outman him, and I feel sorry for the motherfuckers that go in and try to do it because he's different, man. He's Mike, Platinum Perry for a reason, man. I definitely see him winning that fight with Eddie Alvarez, and best of luck to both of them. I'm biased, I'm team Platinum, bro. That's my guy, bro. Like that's my black brother. Like he's like 1% black, but I feel like he's fully black. That's my guy.
Iron sharpens iron, man. So it's great when you get around that mentality, man, and it can only rub off on you in a good way, right?
Yeah, him and his coach JT at Technique Boxing, man. That's a great program they're running there with pros and amateurs. We went out there, nice sharp work, very professional, great hospitality. The energy is great. If you talk to Mike Perry, bro, he's such a human, bro. He's just like, yeah, we all human, but you know what I mean? Like he's such a down to earth human, bro. Like that guy, like mad respect for Mike Perry, and it's been like that since day one. Even when I didn't have the name, like I have now, but he's always been respectful and cool with me, bro. He never acted like he was above me and anything like that. How some people get, clout or known for something or been to a bigger organization or got Instagram followers, they kind of act a little different. Man, he's a cool customer, bro. Cool customer.
Yeah, he's definitely used to the limelight, as we like to say, right? So, and we talked to Chris Lytle earlier on episode 1, and we'll be touching base with him about the upcoming card. But he mentioned this, and I want to talk to you about it. How do you feel the change in elevation there in the fight? How's that going to affect you?
Honestly, I don't think it's going to affect me because, like, I'm going to come out, I'm going to go out there, obviously train, get accustomed to it, do all the things I got to do to make sure all the boxes are checked. I'm not leaving no stone unturned. Like, people may think it's in his advantage because he lives up north in Montana.
Oh, there you go.
But, yes. To be honest, did I cut out?
Yeah, cut out for a second, but we got you back.
Okay. I was saying basically, they think he has an advantage, or he think he has an advantage of his team because he's up north. He lives in Montana, but we've left no stone unturned. We've checked all the boxes. We're fully prepared and ready for everything that they think that we're not ready for. So the conditioning, the altitude, all that stuff, we're going to be 100% ready. Like the team I'm with, the people I'm with, like we're really like all in. That's the sports agency I just signed with, man. Like.
Well, that's a great segue. I wanted to ask you about that. Your change. Yeah. I understand that you got to change your marketing and promotion of BKFC coming into this fight. So yeah, talk about that.
Oh yeah, I'm with my manager is Victor Demesman, and man, he's one of the best attorneys in South Florida. Like his law firm is, like I said, one of the biggest. You go down there, you listen to radio stations, they're everywhere. They always, settling cases, winning everybody their money, getting the people that have accidents and claims, their rightful due. And it's just like he even has the power to open up other businesses and food places, and he just has his hand in everything. He's just such a business minded guy, and he has a great relationship with BKFC, and he's really taken my mind and my level as a fighter and a person to like new levels, man. And like it's just mad love for him because the fact that he opened up a sports agency to sign, fighters that don't always like make a lot or don't got the back end of managing and have people to really push them and support them. He's doing that for bare knuckle fighters, UFC fighters, NFL players, NBA players. Like they're really making a difference. And like we're new, and it's just the beginning this year. But trust me, man, it's about to be a takeover. You're gonna see some of the biggest names come from All In Agency, man. You guys be on the lookout, man. Trust me.
So yeah, it's always good to have a great lawyer in your camp. I mean, and two, as a fighter, to have good management in place really makes you a better fighter because that takes that part of you away. You don't have to worry about that. That's settled. You can train. You can focus on your opponents. It's very important the management that you have in this game.
Amen. It's a blessing. Like he was sent by God. Like Dr. 305. If you guys know him, he's like one of the best. I think he's one of the best chiropractors in Miami, Florida.
Hey, P, get on that. My engineer P, we Googling P's all over it. He's looking at
Yeah,
Dr.
man.
305 right now.
He connected us, and one of my sponsors, Brandon, his company is Native Roots. All these people just came into my life, and like just from me fighting and seeing who I am and the person I've been to them, and from people that they know, they just see me as a genuine person. And that's all I try to be is myself, and like I said, all I can do is walk in my purpose that God has given me, and has brought these amazing people around like to me, and it's just like I'm so grateful and thankful for the opportunities they allowed me to like get, and now I feel like make sure that they feel like it paid off, that like they made the right choice investing in me.
Yeah, you definitely got the goods. So HD, back on to the Utah to the fight December 2nd. Kyle Stewart on the weekly bus. I understand I was checking it out, doing my show prep, and he predicts that he gonna knock you out. So I mean, how do you feel about that?
It's a prediction, man. He's a champ. He got me fucked up, but hey, it's funny, man. All I could do is laugh at it and take it as he wouldn't be the champ if he didn't say that. It's not like he's gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna come into the fight, Howard's gonna knock me out in the third. He wouldn't be a champ, or he wouldn't be a man or person that does combat sports. So I don't take nothing from it. I've heard it from multiple people that they're gonna pressure me, that they're gonna knock me out. And as soon as you get in that ring, man, it'd be a different story, bro. That's all I gotta say. I'm already done with the trash talking. I did more than I had to do to get the fight because he was running with his tail between his legs, and I finally threw the lasso and roped him down. So now we're here, and all the talk has to be backed up. I'm gonna stand on how I feel and what I say. I don't care if I'm not going out in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth round or get a unanimous decision win. I'm walking away with that belt. That belt is coming to Florida, and he knows that deep down in his heart.
Mr. Stewart, you heard it here. HD said, that he, a weekly podcast. You heard it right here on the Circle of Kings. So while we were talking about earlier, HD, you've been training with Mike Perry. You've been training hard. You no problem with the elevation. He's been having like Kai Stewart's camp's been very secretive. Not a lot of people get any information out of that camp. Have you had any information out of that camp?
I don't care for it. The only information I need to know is that we're fighting. He's training, just like he's training for other fights. I've seen his performances. I know who he is. I know who I am. Whatever he brings, I'm gonna have an answer for it, and that's all. That's how I feel about it. I don't give it too much thought. I watch my film just like he's watched his film, and he's probably gonna be a little different, and I'm gonna be a lot different. So that's all I feel. I have full confidence and belief in myself. Like I said, I'm not arrogant. I'm not humble. I believe that God has put me here for this moment, for this reason. And all I do is thank him every day for giving me this opportunity. So that's all I can do. I don't worry about anybody else outside of that. I don't worry about my opponents. I'm here to do what I'm supposed to do, and that's all I can control.
Well, that's the kind of attitude you got to have. I mean, to be the champ of the world, and that's what you're trying to be, man. I mean, here at the Circle of Kings, we are huge fans of the bare knuckle movement. I mean, it is the fastest growing sport in the world, proven time and time and again. And you're one of the fastest rising stars in that sport. Shout out to Nelson Lopez, Mr. Feldman.
Shout out to Nelson.
Over there.
I'm so sorry. Hold up, man. Shout out to Nelson, man. That man there that man's God sent. That's the person that like gives me motivation. He's a real role model. That's a really good dude, man. You know, if you hear any bad talk about Nelson, you know it's false. That man there puts his skin on the line for people, man. And he's only showing me real things. Everything he said he was gonna do, he's done, man. And I love Nelson to death, man. Shout out to Nelson, bro.
Yeah, definitely shout out to BKFC, one of the fastest growing sport in the world, man. And we want to appreciate you for taking a few moments of your time, HD. I know you got several interviews to do tonight, man. Yeah. The Circle of Kings really appreciates it, man. We'll be pulling for you. We can't wait. This is probably the most anticipated fight of the whole year for BKFC so far. Yeah, so it is. Big ups.
Hey, big ups, man. Thank you. Hey, I'm gonna let you guys know I'm still in the show. I'm sorry, you know, Mike Perry is my guy. You know.
So you telling us to lace the money on HD? You telling us to lace the money on HD is what you tell us.
Put the state of Utah on HD. I'm gonna say that right now. Listen, man. Hey, I'm different right now. The sun is shining on me, and it ain't no accident. God has got me feeling amazing. Like this weight cut, my mental, the physical, everything that's been happening. When the devil is trying his hardest to throw the stones at me, man, God is just catching them, bro. Like I can't describe it. Like I'm about to elevate, and so much stuff has been happening, so much outside noise, and I'm just so blessed to be protected by God. Like I want you guys to understand that, man. You guys get close to God, man. That's the best thing you can do in life, and the fruits will just come. They'll start falling from the tree. Trust me.
Man of faith, HD. Man, Circle of Kings, we will be pulling for you, man. We appreciate your time, man. Good luck at the Featherweight Championship of the World. HD,
thank you so much,
we'll holler at you down the road. Big ups, champ.
Say less. Hey, happy holidays, man. Y'all be safe. Love.
Love you, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
No problem.
So there you have it, man. Howard HD Davis, man. Dude laid it down for you. December 2nd, we will all see if he can capture the Featherweight Championship against Kai Stewart there in Salt Lake City, Utah. BKFC 56, man. The whole card is packed. You got the King of Oz, got 4 championship fights that night. And as you'll see later on, we got a little gift for you here in the show. And we're going to allow you to get an opportunity to get a free month of the BKFC app right here just by scanning. So, you know, stay tuned to the Circle of Kings as we roll on through the night. Hey, we about scrapping and rapping right here, baby.
Range fight. 5'9" Trevor Morris, 6'2" Howard Davis.
Davis is feeling it right now. He came out hard right away.
Bouncing the step of Davis, resetting in the center circle. 40 seconds remaining round 2. Oh, there's good body work from Davis. Overhand.